Congratulations and felicitations.
Okay, here comes the first round.
Boom. And
Jeez, that was just
Boom.
unnecessary.
You kidding me? You can't be out of range? What?
greetings and felicitations, YouTube. Jarl of the Appian Way here to announce to you Amazon champions are broken as hell. We already knew that this was a very, very powerful unit going into this next tournament that I'm about to host, and we've noticed they've performed very, very well as a heavy chariot unit across multiple battles. And we've kind of looked into it. We've made a couple of discoveries, but I feel like each day we're learning something new about the Amazon champions. In particular, what we kind of what we found out along the way is that for some reason the Amazon champions are actually treated more like a medium chariot in the game document files. We've also kind of come to the realization that they might actually be getting more attacks because they have two spear riders or two spearwomen for each chariot, whereas most heavy chariots for other factions only have one. Maybe they're actually getting additional attacks as a result of that. That might be why they're performing much better than other heavy chariots in the game. But this latest discovery that I had playing in a battle against Suck is that they also don't even treat terrain the same way as other chariots do. In fact, terrain treats them like they're a large unit instead of a chariot. So in the mud, they're only losing 25% melee defense and 40% of their speed. And to prove it, I'm just going to go ahead and move the chariot through the mud here. And you're going to see the, they drop 7 points of melee defense, and they drop about, exactly 40% of their speed. Now, why is that a big deal? Well, because it means they're moving across here at a speed of 48. Most infantry are actually not going to catch this unit in the mud. Whereas a heavy chariot, or any chariot for that matter, that is in the mud is actually going to be experiencing a drastic speed penalty as well as a drastic melee defense penalty. Their melee defense should actually be in the single digits. Now, this also affects how they play in the trees. Actually, there's trees over here. I should just go over there. Go ahead and speed that up. They'll get there pretty quickly, I'll show you. This is also a perfect addendum to yesterday's video. But yeah, as they cross into the trees here, look at this. They're deep in the trees, and only then did they actually get impacted. They take no melee defense penalty in the trees. They only take a 20% melee attack penalty, and again, a 40% speed penalty. That's actually a pretty significant deal. Trees should be anathema to chariots, and yet look at these ladies go. They're moving faster than most infantry units in the game, and at no risk to their ability to defend themselves, while making twice as many attacks. And their melee attack nerf doesn't really impact them that greatly because, again, the majority of a chariot's damage, even with the two spear women on it, comes from their movement. Oh, I found Achilles. Oh well, let's just get away from him because we're actually faster than he is, even in the trees. So no big deal there. No big threat from Achilles. We'll just move right along on our way. Now, there is also other ways that this is impactful. In particular, shallow water. Shallow water only really impacts melee infantry units and chariots. Large units can get away through shallow water with zero penalty whatsoever, and that is also the case with the Amazon champions. They just drive on through like there's, barely a puddle in their way. Whereas they should be eating, I think, a 50% move penalty and also a combat stat penalty as well. And also egregious is what happens when the Amazon champions enters the grass. And I'll wait till they get there. I mean, you can see this. Watch the Amazon champions chariots just go right through this water like it was not even there. No problem whatsoever. It did say like a 4% speed debuff there, which is interesting. But look at them just cruise through the tall grass. No problem whatsoever, only a 5% speed penalty, no combat penalty. Which is interesting because it does actually show that they have less melee attack. But it didn't categorize it here. So there's still some strange things going on with the Amazon champions that we frankly haven't been able to figure out on our own. But frankly, the Amazon champions are broken as hell, and I've got to make some choices about whether or not I'm going to allow them to be played in the upcoming tournament. That's a pretty hefty announcement I have to make, but we'll see what happens. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are about the Amazon champions. And Air Runner, if you're watching this, I really want your feedback. What the heck is going on with these ladies? Should we continue to play them in competitive gameplay, or should we wait until some kind of patch comes through? Because there's definitely inconsistency for the units as far as how various terrain types treat them, and you kind of have to pay close attention to it. Whether it's the fact that the heavy javelin throws of Thaya are counted as a medium infantry for terrain, or if we're talking about how a hero, after that hero gets dismounted, is counted as a large unit still. And I looked into it earlier today. A hero that starts dismounted is counted as heavy infantry. So there's anomalies all over the place. Hector's Chosen apparently ignored terrain in a bunch of instances. Units with the Strider ability are still affected by mud and tall grass, and I don't know. I don't have the answers. I want the answers. Alright, that's it for me today. Ta-ta, I love you all. I'll see you guys in my next video.